Digging up pieces of your past, putting together the puzzle pieces of your story. How do you do that? Where do you start? Well, you know what? Today we are going to help you take that first step, and we are doing it with guidance from historian Mike Dixon. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. It's so good to have you here, and you are so knowledgeable on this stuff. When it comes up to digging out things about our family, it's not just genealogy, is it?
No, no. In fact, that's one of the things I like about doing historical research. You're looking at the social history of time. And when you research your family, there is really no better way to find out about the Civil War, the Revolution, the Great Depression, because you're going to follow your family down through time. And it's a great way to get your children involved in history and things like that. And I have a great time doing that type of research.
So is this something, because I tried to get started on it, you spurred me to try to go back and look. Is this something I can add to? If I know a story about my dad that doesn't seem to show up anywhere, can I add to it?
Oh, people are really surprised about how much you can add. And you know, here in the 21st century, it's got easier than ever. To give you an idea, Salisbury Daily Times is digitized. You can go to newspaper databases. Think of the things that were covered in a newspaper during a person's life, and you type in that person's name, and out will come often just fascinating information. You're going to find out about when they got an award from the membership in the Kiwanis Club or the volunteer fire department or something like that. And yeah, it's amazing what you can figure out. And remember, you know, these folks lived through an era of time. And just as we live in an era of time, it was unique.
Okay, so where do we start? How do we start? I mean, this is something I assume that we start with a name. I want to find out about my dad.
Yeah. So generally, you know, the immediate past, parents, grandparents, maybe great-grandparents, aunts and uncles. So just pull together what's available to you immediately through oral history, just through simply living with folks. And then after you're done with that, like that, you've got some of the greatest resources here. We have some of the greatest resources here in Lower Delmarva. Places like the Sussex County Genealogical Society. Man, there is such a knowledgeable group of folks who meet there. Meet with them. They'll help guide you. But then after I do that, I go pull up death certificates, marriage license, wills and probates. And they're all sitting there waiting for us to pull them up. That'll take you back another generation, Jimmy. And all at once, instead of talking about the 1930s, 40s, or 50s, maybe you're talking 1900, you're talking World War I. Then that'll lead you back to the next step.
And it turns fascinating.
It will. Most people get so engaged in it. And then as you do the databases and use the local repositories or special collections, get involved with one of these local historical societies, genealogical societies, and there's some really strong ones in the region. So
have you heard of any stories, or do you know of anything personally that there was a discovery that took someone quite by surprise?
Oh, sure. You know, I've been doing this for 40 years, and when you're helping somebody do research and you're in a quiet little special collections room or archives, and you hear this little or shriek or something like that, you know they found some nugget of information. Maybe it was about their relative in the Civil War, in a battle they were involved in. Because see, all that's available to you too. War records. Wow, what a big group of records. And so yeah, I've had a lot of experiences like that over the decades.
We need to get involved with this, don't we? We need to get started.
Yeah, you need to start, and you know what? You need to start right now. Because think of your family elders, the stories that they can tell you. And don't forget to do oral history too. Listen to them. Think if you have a 90-year-old family member or something like that. When I'm researching things, I go out and look for the community elders. Because if I can find a 90-year-old that knew about Salisbury through much of the 20th century, you know the story of Cambridge or Seaford, you know the stories they can tell me. So you capture your family history stories right now, because that will not always be available to you.
Because they love to tell the stories.
And they love to tell the stories. And by the way, I learn more listening to their stories.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, historian Mike Dixon, thank you, Mike, so much.
You're
wonderful
welcome.
Hearing this.